Hello, this is Pryze from Pryze Gaming, and today I'm going to do a walkthrough doing a campaign of Imperial Assault using the app on the iPad. So I'm going to start by launching the app. I'm going to go do a new game. I'm going to skip the tutorial and go straight to the main campaign. I'm going to do the normal, since this is the first time I'm playing it. And I'll select a slave spot. And for this game, I'm wanting to use a bunch of heroes that have blast and knockout abilities that have a good sync. So I'm going to be selecting Gideon, Finn, I want to use Drokata, probably pronounced that wrong. Then I am looking for Loku. There we go. Loku. So there's the squad I'm going to do. I haven't really seen a lot of people using this squad. I want to try Finn and Drokata. I don't know the Wookiee, along with Loku, because both Finn and I'll just say the Wookiee have the blast ability, and in order for the blast ability to activate, they have to do at least 1 damage, and that's where Loku's special ability is, that will allow him to set a recon token on a hostile figure, and while he or a friendly figure is attacking a figure with a recon token, they get to apply a +1 damage to the attack results. So that's kind of my strategy there. Alright. Okay, I'm just going to call it Pryze Blast for Blast Squad. Continue. So, starting off the campaign, it gives us a loading screen. From within the secret rebel base on Yavin 4, you listen anxiously as the pilots of Red and Gold Squadron face down the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star. You cheer with joyful relief when Luke Skywalker destroys the Imperial installation with a single shot. You stand at grateful attention as Princess Leia Organa presents Skywalker and Han Solo with awards for their meritorious service. Yet, the ceremony has hardly finished when Rebel Command orders a full evacuation of Yavin 4 base. You help load transports, uncertain how long you have until the Empire arrives. Alright, so we're going to launch the mission. Okay. So when the mission begins, I've got to set up my tile board map like this. It says most of the transports have departed Yavin 4, yet you remain tasked with providing security to the last few ships that are still being loaded. You are patrolling the perimeter of the base, keeping an eye out for any Imperial forces that might slip past the base sensors and lookouts to land on the surface. It says your squad gathers at the entrance of one of the base's docking facilities, having just completed another circuit around the structure. So it says to deploy my rebels over at this location. And then it said to deploy around this section right here. So I'm going to place my Wookiee here. And there. Place him here. And I will place Gideon here. Okay. So now that I have them placed, I hit the continue. Okay. You're sharing your reports from your latest patrols when you hear an unusual humming sound coming from the direction of the forest. You turn slowly, eyes searching the dense overgrowth for the source of the sound, then you see it. an Imperial probe droid. Deploy the elite probe droid. Okay, so I placed a little red sticker on the probe droid to indicate that it's an elite probe droid. There's kind of its stats. Okay, so it looks like it has targeting computer. While attacking, you may reroll one attack die. Also, it has self-destruct. At the end of a round, you may roll one red die, each adjacent figure, and the object suffers damage equal to the explosion result. Then you are defeated. Right. So it's got a pretty decent size attack pool. It's got 3 dice to roll, 7 health, 4 speed. So I'm going to hit the continue. Now it says, as you raise your weapon to attack the droid, similar humming noises begin on the either side of you, and you spot 2 more probe droids emerging from the cover of the trees. Deploy a regular probe droid and assign it a color. Alright, for the first one, I guess I'll use gray. Now I'm going to hit the confirm button. It looks like the deploy a regular probe droid, assign it a color. Okay, I'll give it the black color. And I'm going to place it right above that pool of water. Okay, so I've got the 3 probe droids deployed. The one on top, I've assigned the color black. I hit confirm. You radio into the command center to report the probe droids. Take him out quickly, a woman's voice replies. This is the officer on duty, Lieutenant Talcon. If they signal back to their ship, the Empire will know where to send their troops. You need to defeat the probe droids before they can signal their ship. Objective updated. Defeat the probe droids. Alright, so then I'm going to hit continue. Okay. Start of round 1. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to activate Drokata, the Wookiee, and I'm going to move him out of the way to give Loku the ability to place a recon token on one of the droids, so I'm out of his line of sight. So if I move him here, he's got a speed of 4, so I can move him up to 4, and I'm going to attack using his weapon, BGL-9 Boomer. So I'm going to attack with him, the elite probe droid. Might just go ahead and move here to kind of, so I can move up to 4. Need red and blue dice. And I am attacking against the droid who has a 1 black dice as a defense. Okay. It looks like I got 2 damage tokens and he got 2 defense, so that negates both of those. However, I have the range of 3, so it definitely can hit. It looks like I do no damage to him. I don't see anything I can use that surge on that would actually help. So I'm going to just indicate that he's activated, and now it's time for the black probe droid to move. It gains +1 surge and +2 accuracy, then move forward through position 3. Okay, so it's going to move to attack. Okay, and there it's going to recover as a top priority if it has any wounds, which it doesn't. It can use a surge for blast, and it can use a surge for pierce. Would move 2 to attack, but seeing how it's already within 2, it doesn't have to do that. So it's going to go ahead and attack. So it gets a blue dice and 2 yellows to attack. Drokata gets 1 black dice for defense. Okay, so it looks like that negates that. It's definitely got the range. It only needed 2 to hit. Okay, so it looks like it's going to do 3 damage. So this plug droid shoots at Drokata and does 3 damage to him. So I'm going to place 3 damage tokens on Drokata's sheet. Individual ones like that. So put 3 of those on his sheet. So now I'm going to hit finish. So he's moved. Now it's time for me to activate one of my other characters. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use Loku. So he has an ability called Set Your Sights, where I can spend 2. I guess these are strain tokens. Use 2 of these strain tokens at the start or end of my activation. So this will be the start of his activation. To place 1 recon token on a hostile figure in your line of sight. Okay, so this is a recon token. Okay, and that's Loku right here, so I'll face him to shoot. So he's gonna place the recon token on him. Okay, so he's got recon token, and so his special action does not have a little arrow indicating it, so therefore it's not considered an action. So he still has his 2 actions. While you or a friendly figure is attacking a figure with a recon token, apply a +1 damage to the attack results. Right, he also has Clear Minded, which will give him a +2 accuracy to the attack results while attacking. So 2, 3, 4, 5. He gets a blue and a green from his weapon. Okay. His weapon also gives him a +1 accuracy, so he's already got +3. So he only needs 2. He only needs to roll 2 in order to hit. So I'm going to go ahead so that I can have the ability to attack at least 2 times. I'm not going to move him any closer. I'm going to keep him where he is. Elite probe droid. He's got 1 black defense. Okay. Okay, it looks like he negates all damage. And he gets 2. So right now it's completely negated, all damage. I don't think I can do anything additional. So the most I can do is hit for 3, but he's got 3, so he negates the first attack. Okay, so seeing how nothing I did on that first roll can damage him, and I've got 2 surges, I'm going to go ahead and use these 2 surges to recover his strain. So he's got no strain now. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and try to attack again. Hopefully I can at least get one hit into him. At least do some damage. Okay, so I've definitely got the range. He did not block anything this time, so it looks like there's 2 damage. I do a total of 3 damage because he does have a recon token on him, and that's one of his abilities. This negates one of my surges, so I have 1 surge left. So what I'm going to use that surge for is to apply Weaken. This is the Weaken token. So I'm going to put the Weakened next to him. Does a couple things. First thing is, while attacking, apply a -1 to the attack result. So it takes away a surge, a -1 surge. While defending, apply a -1. I forget what that symbol's called to the defense result, but basically that would negate that symbol if he rolled that on a defense. And then discard this condition at the end of your activation. So this is stuck on him until the end of his next activation. And I'm applying 3 damage tokens. I'm just going to apply it to his actual card. So I've just apply the 3 damage to his token, to his card. Okay, so back on the app. That concludes his turn. So ending Loku's turn. Okay, and now it's the last probe droid's turn. So it gains a +1 surge, +2 to accuracy. And then during its activation, it's going to use targeting computer to gain a +1 damage, +2 accuracy. It's going to move up to 3 to attack Gideon. So it's going to move within 3 range to attack Gideon. Elite probe droid, who's been weakened. 1, 2, 3. He's already within 3. So it's going to attack Gideon. The elite probe droid has an attack with 1 blue and 2 yellow dice. Okay, Gideon has 1 defense. So he gets... Okay, and he's got weakened, so that will... So he gets an automatic surge, but the weaken would take away that surge. So we'll just say that the weaken removes his... but it removes his bonus of the +1 and then whatever he rolls. So let's see what happens. Okay. So it looks like Gideon is pretty lucky. So his defense is basically 1, 2, 3, 4. He needed 4. He's got plenty because he's got the +2 actually, +5, 6. So basically these 2 have been negated by the black dice. Alright, so that leaves him with 1 surge left. And what he can do with that surge, is he can apply it to do 2 additional damage. See? So he's going to apply it to give Gideon 2 damage. So I'm adding 2 damage tokens to Gideon. Okay. So going back to here. Gonna finish the turn, see what it says next. Okay, now it's one of the heroes' turns again. So, oh, you know what? It did say to move him away by at least 3. So I'm going to move him right here because he doesn't want to block the line of sight from his other probe droid friend. Okay, so there we go. So that turn is ended. So it looks like I'm going to use Gideon. So with Gideon's gun, he has a surge ability to do +2 if he gets a surge, pierce 2, and he gets a blue and a yellow dice to shoot with. 1, 2. He's going to move there. Might move there. He's got at least 4 speed. So yellow and blue. He's going to shoot at this probe droid. The elite probe droid. Okay, so I only needed 1. He only needs a 2 to hit. He's got plenty of range. Alright. So that negates that damage. So he still does 1 damage. +2 damage because he's still got the targeting token on him. And so I've got 2 surges. So I'll apply 1 surge to apply pierce 2, which would negate that. So this gets negated completely with the pierce 2. So that uses that surge. So he does 3 damage so far. 1, 2, 3. So he's got 6 out of 7 so far. And I'm applying the stun as well. So he's now got a stun token. And this is what stun does. You cannot attack or voluntarily exit your space. Discard this condition. So basically it forces them to use one of the 2 activations to discard this card, allowing them to only attack or move during its turn. So applying that with the weekend command. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and end his turn and see what we got next. Okay. Gray probe droid. So move 2 to attack Gideon. And move 2 to reposition. So he's 3 away. Gain 1 surge, 2 accuracy. Okay. So the gray probe droid is the one that's right next to him anyway, so he's going to go ahead and attack Gideon. So this guy is the gray probe droid that's attacking Gideon. Alright. Okay. So that negates that surge. He still got another surge. So it looks like he does 2 damage. He's got 1 surge. So he's going to use that surge to do a third damage to Gideon. So Gideon, I'm going to replace his damage tokens with a 5 because he had 2 damage previously. So I'm just going to replace that. Okay. Move to reposition within. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3. So he'll move right. 1, 2, 3. So he'll move right there because he wants to be able to still shoot but be out of melee range, which is fine with me. I've got no melee fighters, so he moved down there. All right. Hitting finished. Okay, now it looks like the last of my guy's turn. One person that has not moved yet is Finn. Finn definitely wants to shoot that droid that only has 1 left. So he's going to move right here so he's no longer adjacent to anyone. And he only needs a 1, 2, he only needs 3 to hit. He uses blue and green. The lowest on blue is 2 and the lowest on green is a 1. So he'll hit no matter what. He's within range. The elite probe droid gets a 1 defense. Finn is going to line up and shoot the elite probe droid and hopefully destroy it. It's only got 1 hit point left. So his weapon does these abilities. Okay. Alright, he's destroyed it. So all he did was negate that surge. He's got plenty of range. He only needed 3. He's got 2 damage tokens, so you have been destroyed. Okay. So the elite one is this red one, so I'm going to go click that. He's been defeated. Alright, so I got 5 fame, and now I end his turn. So, right. Surviving probe droids extend their antenna and broadcast their location to the ship. You can be sure that more Imperial forces are on the way. Okay. Moments later, more Imperial troops come crashing through the underbrush, weapons hot. Deploy a regular ISB infiltration group. Okay, so that's new. I've actually unlocked I've got every expansion except for the Jawa. So it looks like it's drawing random enemies. So I'm gonna get that on the map now. Okay, so I've deployed the 2 ISB infiltration, just a regular ISB infiltration group. See how it shows 2 in a unit. And this is kind of their abilities. They got the ability to hide with the surge. They got ability to add plus damage, plus 2 accuracy with surges. And then they can do a coordinated raid. Another figure in your group may interrupt to perform an attack targeting a hostile figure in your line of sight. Limit once per group per round. Okay. So hit the continue button.
It's them. Blast them.
Right. an elite stormtrooper group now. Oh boy. So I'm supposed to deploy that. Okay, so I've deployed 3 stormtroopers. They're all painted black like shadow troopers, since shadow troopers are basically elite squads, so it'll make it a lot easier to distinguish them from the regular stormtroopers. And here, so they got 3 in a squad. They get to add 2 damage plus 3 accuracy with the surges. They got squad training while attacking. While adjacent to another friendly trooper, you may reroll 1 attack die. Last stand. When you are defeated, choose another figure in your group. That figure becomes focused. So, at least they don't shoot as damaging as the probe droids. They've got 2 dice instead of 3, but they're still pretty difficult. Alright. Okay, and I'm going to indicate on the app that I have deployed them. Oh, they're clustering a lot, so that's good. Okay, so now I get to deploy an Imperial officer and assign it a color in the same location where the elite stormtroopers are. Okay, now I have deployed the officer where indicated on the map. I'm going to go ahead and assign it a color gray. Before I do that, let's go ahead and look at what his stat card looks like. Alright, so he's got focus, he's got add damage and plus 2 accuracy from using surges. He's got a special ability order, choose another friendly figure within 2 spaces. That figure may interrupt to perform a move. Cover, while defending, while adjacent to a friendly figure, you may reroll 1 defense die. Okay, so that's kind of, yeah, that doesn't look so great. So I'll put his card right here. I sure do like to make this difficult, and this is the normal setting. Could you imagine if it was on hard? Okay, so I'm going to confirm that I have deployed him, and I'm keeping that officer gray, just to make it easier so I don't have to use up all my stickers. Imperial forces inbound, Lieutenant Talon calls out. Hold them off as long as you can while we finish loading the last of the transports. If you start making too many casualties, fall back to the base. May the Force be with you. Objective updated. Hold off the Imperial forces until the transports can escape. Okay. Alright, and the door to the base opens long enough for 3 rebel troopers to rush onto the battlefield, and the door quickly closes behind them. Deploy the regular rebel trooper group, then each rebel trooper gains 6 movement points. So that's good. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, so I have just deployed 3 rebel troopers where the app indicated. And this is kind of what their stats are. So rebel trooper, it's get pierce 1, plus 1 accuracy using surges. It's also got aim. If you have not exited your space during this activation, apply a plus 1 damage and plus 2 accuracy to your attack results if they don't move. If you have not exited your space, if they stay in the same space, if they have not moved out of their space, they get to apply that. So that's pretty good. Alright, so it says each rebel gets to move 6 spaces. So I'm going to try and split this group up since it doesn't have any abilities for being right next to each other, adjacent to each other. So I'm going to try and have at least one be able to get within range of the probe droid and have 2 more go down to the ISB agents and the other probe droid. I'm going to do that. So this guy moves here. Okay. That's within 4 of that probe droid. This guy's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he'll be there. This guy will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he'll move right there. Okay. So they have moved within 6. The board. Let me zoom down a little. Okay, so here's an idea of where everyone is on the board. A lot of bad guys on the board. Okay. So I'm ready to see what happens next. Alright, round 2. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get Gideon out of the way, seeing how he's already been hit by 5 and he's only got 5 hit points left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate one of his moves. So I got 4 move points because that's his speed is 4. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's moved 3, and he's within 3 of Dakota, the Wookiee, and he's got this really cool ability that costs 2, and it basically uses up an activation. And he's able to choose a friendly figure within 3 spaces. That figure may interrupt to either perform 1 move or 1 attack. So I'm basically going to have the Wookiee attack this group of stormtroopers and their officer. I think the stormtroopers and the officer have similar... The elite stormtroopers, my bad. Officer... so I'll attack the elite stormtroopers. Okay. Hopefully I get one through. So he's going to do that now. So he's going to take 2 strain. So put that on there. 2 strain on his token. And so I have 1 move point after this. Red and a blue, and the shortest... Okay, so blue's pretty good, because the shortest range I have is a 2, and I'm within 2 of this middle stormtroopers who I want to hit, and hopefully get enough to activate the blast ability. So he's got a pretty cool weapon, so hopefully I can use it. Okay. So it's against 1 black because it's a stormtrooper. You see okay? Yeah, I can see perfect. Okay. So zoom out a little bit so he can shoot. Okay, so no surges, so that kind of stinks. So he doesn't get the blast. But he's definitely within range. So basically, Stormtrooper has 5 health, so the elite Stormtroopers have 5 health. So this one right here just took a beating. He's actually taken... He's got 1 hit point left. What I want to do is I'll move him right here. That way he's blocking line of sight, he's blocking line of sight if they don't move. I'm going to mark that Gideon has moved on the app. So here's Gideon. And Gideon's turn. Alright, elite stormtroopers. While attacking, gain Pierce 1. If the target has already been attacked during this group's activation, gain Pierce 2 instead. Last stand. If there are fewer than 3 figures in this group, become focused. Limit 1 per group activation. Move 4 to attack rebel troopers. Looks like they gotta attack this one because he's the closest. Okay, well that's good. At least they're not shooting me up. So he can move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he's moving there to attack the rebel trooper. So depending on if he kills him in this shot or not, then the rest of this group will attack. Elite stormtroopers. Alright, he's no longer getting the... Okay, so blue and green. He's not adjacent to friendly troopers. So what I'll do, because it looks like only one I'm going to shoot, but in order to get their bonuses, I want to have them all be adjacent. 4. So this wounded guy is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. So I gotta see if this touches. That does touch. That does touch. Put the dice box right here. They get pierced too automatically. Okay. The Rebel Troopers get a white dice. Here's their card right here. So there is a 1 in 6 chance that he could dodge, but that's not that likely. So here we go. We've got the dice pool. Blue, green. See what happens. Ooh. Okay. Let me move these so you can see them. Okay. So this has basically eliminated that. But he does have Pierce 2, so that could negate 2 defense. So he at least doesn't have a surge. But he does do 3 damage. And he's definitely got the range. He only needed 2 to hit. So this Rebel takes 3 damage. The Rebels have 3 health. So he kills that Rebel. This Rebel is destroyed. Alright, so now that he's gone, I'm going to have to change up their strategy because it said to attack the Rebel Troopers. So he can shoot that one. Okay. So he's going to move here. 4. So it'll be the same dice pool, same guy shooting at the same people. Alright. Oh, not the same people. Sorry. Let me move this down so I can show you what I just did. Okay. So he was here. 1, 2, 3, 4 moved here. We determined that this looks like it's blocking it. See, it's touching. So he can't target this first one. But he can target this one without anything blocking his line of sight. So he can shoot that. He's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 5. So he needs a range of 5 to hit. Okay. Same dice pool as before. I'm going to move this box over so we can see the roll result. Okay. All right. So he did not roll any damage. You see that? And he missed completely. He did not get the range. He needed 5. So this elite stormtrooper shot like a regular stormtrooper and missed. Okay, and there's one left, and the app says they need to get as close to the Rebel troopers as possible. No bonus for his attack, so I'm going to go ahead and move his buddy to get as close to the Rebels as I can. It says reposition. He's just going to move to get within adjacent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He'll still be adjacent to his trooper friend, and he can shoot at either one of them on his next turn. So I'm moving him here. So that's what they're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and let the app know that they have finished. Okay, so now it's my turn. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 right here. Yeah, if I move right here, I can shoot the... If I only need a 3, I can move 1, 2, 1, 2. That's within 3. He's got a better shot. That touches. That corner touches. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So he has 2 movement points left. So you can get within range. Activate his ability that does not have the turn, so it doesn't require an activation. It just requires stun, so that's good. Okay, and it's against the... So now it has blast. But in order for blast to happen, I have to at least hit him with 1 shot. So he's got a black... The probe droid's got a black defense dice. So Havoc is shooting at the probe droid, using his Havoc shot. Nope. Wasted havoc shot. He can't. Yep, that was a waste. Alright, so he's going to use his last 2 points. Total waste. 1 to move back where he was. Okay, well, that was his wasted turn. So that was havoc that went. Alright, ISBs. Alright, close the net. At the start of this group's activation, each of its hidden figures moves 2. It also says under coordinated raid, 1 figure in this group that can attacks Gideon Argus, limit once per group. So no one in this group is able to attack Gideon Argus. They have to go through the Stormtrooper. So then it says move 4 to attack Gideon Argus, which they still can't because the rebels are blocking their line of sight. Move 2 to reposition 3. What they can do is they can move 2 and reposition within 3 of those rebels. They could shoot the rebels. So I might try that just so they can make a line to get to Gideon. So in order to become hidden, they've got to attack. So 1, 2. He can for sure hit this guy. So he's going to roll for that. So the rebel gets a white dice. ISB gets a blue and a green. So this guy's going to shoot that guy. I've only got 3 hit points, so they kill him. 3 let's see. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. They got a surge, so he kills him. And he's hidden now. So that guy is hidden. Here's what hidden does. While defending, apply -2 accuracy to the attack results. While attacking, apply a +1 surge to the attack results. After resolve an attack, you must discard this condition. Okay. Alright, so he's there. He's going to attack the rebel. I'm being a better Imperial player. Not really. Computer's kicking my butt. Okay, so it takes 2 damage, removes a surge. So he's got 1 surge, he's gonna hide. Alright. Hidden tokens. The rebel, I'm just gonna put 2 on here because he's the last one there. So he's got 2 out of 3 wounds. Okay, finish. Okay, I'm going to activate Loku. I'm going to spin 2 strain, and I'm going to use to set my sights and add a recon token on this Imperial officer. From here, can hit. From here, can hit unobstructed. 4. He needs a 4 to attack. So, alright. Him putting that target on him does not take away any of his activations, just costs 2 strength. So he's going to go ahead and shoot at him. Bring that up. He's going to focus on. Okay, he gets the officer gets a white dice. I'll just move this up a little bit so I can see. Okay, there we go. I'll roll in there. Blue and green. Okay. Okay. So 6. He's got a surge removed. He's got 1 damage removed. So he does 3 damage to the officer. He kills the officer. Nice. Okay, officer's dead. Okay, he's going to rest and he recovers his strain. There you go, he killed the officer, so that's good. Officer down. So he's Destroyed the officer. Defeat gray officer. Check. Okay, gets a little bit of fame. And this guy has moved. Ah, great. Bonus, self-destruct. At the end of this activation, if this figure is adjacent to a rebel, roll 1 red die. Each adjacent self-fire is equal to the results, and then the figure is defeated. Move 2, then attack Finn. He can do that. Okay. Move 2 and engage as many rebels as possible. So he's going to move 2 and attack Finn first. So this is the black probe droid. So that... Yeah, so it's this probe droid's turn. He's going to move 2 to attack Finn. Alright. 1, 2. Alright. Black probe droid gets 2 yellow and a blue dice against... Finn gets a black dice. 1, 2, he needs 3 to hit. He got 3. Let's see what he does. He does, let's see. So this negates 1 of the damages. So he does 1 damage and he's got 3 surges. So here's what happens. So his priority is add damage, pierce 1, and recover. So he does 1, 2. So if he removes that, that's 2, 3. So he has 3 damage to Finn. Okay. 3 damage to Finn. Alright, Finn's now got 3 damage on him. Now I'm going to hit finish. Alright. My Wookiee's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to move here, he's going to shoot and hope for the best. Okay, so let's go get a closer look at what he's looking at. Okay, so he used the 1 activation to move. So I thought about what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and use his Demolish special ability. So I'm going to go take 2 strain. I can choose a space, and it does not require one of his activations, so he can still shoot after this. So he's going to, it just says choose a space within 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. He's going to choose his space. Has all them adjacent to that space. So it says each figure and object on or adjacent to that space suffers 1 damage. Place a rebel token on the chosen space, limit once per activation. So I'm just going to place the rebel token right here under this guy. That's difficult terrain. So it'll cost him, you know, if anyone moves on that space, it'll cost double movement. Alright, so I'm going to give them all a damage token. Now I need to get more of these damage tokens out. Okay. So 1 for... I'm putting on his card, stat card, just because he's the only probe droid in his group. Elite Stormtrooper, so I'll put 1 for him, 1 for that Elite Stormtrooper, 1 for the hidden guy. Okay, so they've all taken 1 damage, and now I'm going to shoot at the probe droid with his weapon that does red and blue dice. So hopefully I can get a surge and blast him. So I need a red and a blue. Good news is 1, 2, 3. I need a 3 to hit. So I'm close. Let's hope I can hit him. Okay, so there's a chance I can miss because I don't have the range. But he does have an ability where I could subtract damage to add another surge. But in order to use blast, they have to at least take 1 damage. So here I go. Blue, red, black. 3. So that's perfect. That's within range. That takes out that. Alright. So he still did 1 damage. And I can use the blast 1. I'm going to put another damage token on him. He takes the damage, and this guy takes 2 damage. And the probe droid takes the damage from the blast. Okay, his turn's done, and that was pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to indicate on the app that his turn's over. So, alright, gray probe droid now. Move to attack Loku. He can't attack Loku. Okay, move 2 to engage as many rebels as possible adjacent to a rebel in this activation. So he's gonna self-destruct after I did all that work. Okay, 1, 2, yeah, he's gonna self-destruct. Okay, here we go. Roll one red die. Okay, you got 10 hit points left, so moving 1, 2, moving up here. 1 red dice. Alright, 2 damage. So I'm going to swap these and give you a 5 damage total. There you go, you took 5 damage, you are now defeated. So the gray probe droid has defeated itself. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that on here. Finish. Okay. Now the rebel is the last. See, the rebel's only got 1 hit point left, so right now it's really just kind of cannon fodder. The rebel has Pierce 1, Accuracy 1 with the surge if it gets a surge. It has. So if I don't move the space, I can apply +1 and +2 accuracy. +2 accuracy might actually. I think that cancels out the hidden accuracy. Yeah. So I might do that. I'll shoot at one of the hidden ISB agents because I'm pretty sure he's going to be killed on the next turn. Alright. Oh! Well, would you look at that? So, he negates that shot, but I had enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had a 5, so he definitely had the range. That knocks out 1 of the attacks, but he has not moved out of his space, so he gets a +1. The range is negated. His +2 is negated by the ISB's hidden stature, and he's also got Pierce 1. So if I use his surge, which I'm going to use, the surge to cancel that out. So now he'll have 2 damage. So I'm going to add 2 damage to this blonde ISB agent. Not bad. The rebel trooper has attempted to avenge his fallen comrades. So, okay, so he didn't exit his space during that activation. Now he's going to exit his space. He's a coward. Yep. 2. He's going to at least move here. In the last person's turn, which was the rebel. So I'm going to end him right now. Uh-oh. More Imperial forces coming out of the jungle. There's 2 on the board. So there's 2 ISB agents on the board. Oh! Now I get to deploy regular jet trooper group. Interesting. There's 2 in a squad. Okay. So there's 2 to a squad. They get agile. While defending, you may convert 1 block to surge remover jets. After resolving an attack of the target spaces within 2 spaces, gain 1 movement point. So that's scary. They also got ability called mobile. +1 damage, +2 accuracy for surge ability. So I'm going to put them on the board now. Here's the jump troopers. Deployed. Where it says to deploy them. Okay. So I'm going to hit continue. Let's see what it does next. Only 4 transports have yet to depart. Lieutenant Telkin says over the comm, keep standing strong. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so that's round 3. And I am going to save and quit for now because I've got to do some things. Okay, so hopefully that's saved, and I will be back later.